What's the deal, pickles? That was a week what's up, but it's okay because this video has been a long time coming and I have not, you know what, I don't even want to lie. I don't believe I've done this in a while as far as a full show and tell video. This will be an extension of the vlogs, but this is a finished project that has taken since I roughly started around early 2019. Here I'm going to show you a picture of the finished quilt, and after the introduction I'm going to just talk a little bit about the pattern name, my experience with the pattern, and then for the rest of the video you will see clips of me working on the video the way that you would see in a normal vlog, and towards the end I have pictures all the way from when I started doing the borders, because I didn't record cutting and all that like I do now, but from when I started on the borders all the way through building the top through the completion. So if you're interested in seeing and hearing my feedback about this particular pattern, my experience with this quilt top, it will then stick around. I will let you know that it is not finished. The top is done, but I have not quilted it yet, but it is now in queue for quilting. So yeah, if you want to hear about it, then stick around. If not, I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, because I do have a goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers. For everyone else that is hanging around for the rest of it, let's get through this introduction and I will see you on the other side. All right, fam, welcome back. So this pattern is called Simply Cool Quilt. I purchased it on Etsy. I purchased it based strictly on the picture. The pattern looked easy, and I want to forewarn anybody that sees it that it is deceptively appears easy. This quilt had many pieces. The border was almost my downfall, and I'm so glad that I stuck in there. I will also let you know some tips if you decide to purchase this pattern. It is not mine. This is just something I purchased with my own money and I enjoyed it. So with that said, the final finished top is approximately 104 inches by 104 inches. It is for a king size bed, and it fits perfectly for a king size bed with a good amount of hang. Just roughly, I would say this project was probably, I'm going to read what I had. It was 24 fat quarters, 1 yard of the dark border fabric, 1.5 yards of the fabric for the cobblestones. The background fabric was 4.5 yards. The backing will eventually be 9.25, and the binding is 1 yard. I can tell you this, I'm not quite sure if that is correct. When I was going through the process, I did end up running out of the background fabric, and I had to purchase another one that looked similar because Joann no longer carried the fabric that I originally purchased. Did I get it from Joann? Yes, I did. But the biggest part about this quilt that I really loved is the fact that I wanted to feature those I think they were 5-inch blocks, and that's what made me feel like it was going to be an easy task, because all of those blocks in the center were just whole blocks. I'm gonna go and see what were the sizes. They were 6.5-inch blocks. So nice, big, chunky blocks, you know, for the most part. And I really wanted to feature those colors. I felt like I could feature those colors and do a whole bunch of other options that will be a quilt for our master bed. And I could do different things. I also thought that for the most part, it was very gender neutral, that you could do the same pattern and have it pretty much any spectrum. You could go to a kid's bed all the way to a, you know, a throw. What I also loved about this pattern is that it came in 5 different sizes, from a crib through a king size, all in this same pattern. So I loved that. I don't remember the price right now, but if I'm not mistaken, it was probably around $10 to $12. I could be wrong, but again, you know, it's been a while. What would I will start with would I do it again? Yes, even though I will probably tell you, if I ever say I want to do it again, tell me stop. But it is such a beautiful pattern, and it's also a beautiful pattern if you have a bunch of fabrics that you don't quite know what you want to do with them, but you want them for your own personal like projects that you can mix and match. And I felt like I did a great job. I think it's also a beautiful project if you have like a set of fat quarters from the same line. I think it'll be a great project for that. The thing that I did find, that because I was just pulling together fat quarters that I just loved and I didn't want to cut up, it was the fact that I didn't have enough of all of them. So if I were to do this again, I would have taken more notice of how many rows I was dealing with. For example, if it was 12 across, I maybe would have found 12 colors and stuck with those 12 colors, so it would have been easier to arrange them. I tried to arrange them and I still ended up with so many colors back to back near each other, but when you lay it out, it really doesn't matter, and I wasn't about to change it. Even though I tried my best to rearrange them, but it just wasn't, and it was so big that it was just hard to maneuver. Also towards the end, it was really difficult to maneuver as far as positioning it and getting those last borders on, because it was such a large quilt and I am 5'2", so moving it and arranging it just was a chore. But in the end, it was worth all of it. As an example, at one point, for the sashing, I had a little under 400 pieces that had to be sewn together to make that sashing. And so it was so many working parts that you really had to be organized, but the pattern was set up so that you could really do it in an organized fashion. With that said, I think I've already said it a couple times, I think it's a great buy. I've already said the things that I would do differently as far as picking the fabrics. I also think that this would be a great pattern if you just had one fabric to fill in for all of those center blocks. I think it also would be really, really pretty as like a tonal, like maybe a gray, black, and red, or like spectrum. And so what I may end up doing is, when I do it again, because I already know I'm complaining about how I'm gonna do it again. When I do it again, I may just do it as a smaller size, maybe a throw. I think this would also be a really great gift quilt, even though I guess maybe not a gift quilt, because the border is the thing that gets you, but the border is it just gives it that pop. It takes the simplicity of the appeal up a notch, and so I guess I wouldn't change that either. So in closing, you're about to go into some of the pictures. I think I said everything about the pattern. It is, I will tell you this. I don't know if she mentions it in the pattern, but I honestly believe that this is beginner friendly. I think the most difficult part is ensuring that you stay on track with where you are. But she has, I'm saying it's she, I believe it's a she, has the process segmented, so you really could like just work on the border, just work on the body, just work on adding the borders to the quilt. And like I said, right now at the recording of this video, it is August 2020, so I worked on it over the course of almost 2 years, not consistently, again because a lot of the pieces for the border were really small. So I did those at a quilt retreat, and then I did the sashing is when I jumped back in there because there was so many of those small pieces. Then I just started building, and once I started building, it kind of just took on a life of its own, and I could really see the progress that I was making. From here on out, it will be like a standard vlog where you will see different clips as I was getting closer to the end and building this baby out. You will definitely see this again as I move into the section of quilting it. And I normally get this quilt question, do I send it out to a quilter? No, I quilt my quilts myself. So I do everything from the beginning to the end, and I don't see myself doing anything different with this quilt. And I'm almost certain you will see me go through the process. At least that's my plan at this stage. So the next phase of it will be me kind of anchoring it and then slowly building out from there. So there you have it. That is the Simply Cool quilt. I look forward to bringing it back when it's time to quilt it. And this is kind of one of those moments where you're like really proud of yourself, because the fact that I had all those cobblestones that I really had to pay attention and be, you know, as far as my seams and all of that, but not so much as to where it would have drove me crazy. I also walk away because of this quilt really finding an appreciation for pinning, and it just helped me to see how I have progressed as a quilter. And I look forward to, like I said, bringing it back and doing more of them. So if you have not done so already, don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell if you want to know when I upload more videos. Take care. Make sure that you follow all the safety precautions that are being mandated for your city, state, and your area. But most importantly, please take care of yourself and your family. I'll see you all sooner than later. Take care. Goodbye.
have you. I don't want you to have anyone. And if you don't want me, there's something wrong with them, right? Maybe I got problems that I don't tell anyone. Have I lost my perception? Feel like I wanna do something wrong now. Packing all your belongings. Say you wanna take some time, but if you say we'll meet again, why'd you have to take